what a wild ride it has been for Complexity to get to this point, from such massive underdogs in January in London all the way to this point, and you can see what it means.
Let's remind everybody that Rush and Obo have been marooned away from their home due to this whole global situation that we've had, and instead of turtling up and you know, shying away, these guys have knuckled down and they have worked hard.
All the hard work we've put in, all the hours we've put in extra than other teams, it's finally paid off.
Amazing game this has been. The Juggernaut continues, a 1-on-5, and Brokey going down. Complexity.
When this lineup was announced, people laughed at it. People thought it was a joke.
There were so many rounds where I thought this would mentally crush them, and it didn't. They didn't stop fighting.
To do it in this fashion, while we're stuck in Europe, doing nothing but grinding CS, it's just an insane feeling, honestly.
Since ESL Pro League, we've kind of just been doing the same thing, not much different, practicing 6, sometimes 7 days a week, just grinding and trying to improve the best we can. It'd be nice to play more matches, but we don't have that many to play besides the ones we're playing now. So yeah, since EPL, we've just been scrimming a lot.
I think at least 3 weeks of pretty solid practice, I would say, and we've been grinding pretty hard. I think we had 12 or 13 days in a row or something like that.
It's been at least 3 weeks. You've been in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
During the coronavirus pandemic.
It's been 3 weeks since ESL Pro League.
Oh, so way longer than 3 weeks. Yeah, I don't know what the time. I've been here for a long time.
So the new format for Vertigo is there's gonna be multiple tournaments that give RMR, I think they're called, points. And we got a direct invite to this first tournament for RMR points because we were in the minor. It's pretty hard because there's almost every top team's in this tournament.
He's gonna find him, but AK prevails.
I think we got a pretty rough group, to be honest, but every tournament we've been playing, we have been meeting Astralis in the first match or NAVI in the first match. It's a group we kind of wanted to show that we're able to play up against, because it's kind of the teams that we really want to show that we're able to compete with.
They are stalemated at the moment as Rush pushes forward to try and cause a little bit of noise. Out goes Playmat, but he's caught by Kiyashima, and that is it. Team Heretics take it.
We have a lot of problems in the team, and we all know what the problems is. So we have 3 weeks of practice where it's going great and people are actually bettering it. But then we go into officials and then we just go straight into the bad habits and into the bad routines. We're trying every day to better them, but it just isn't really getting better. So it's really hard to know where to go from, other than keep talking and maybe trying to find different or new solutions to the problems.
I don't think that problems are unfixable. I think that we all believe that we have a team that can work, and we are just trying everything we can to make ourselves the best on each map, each position.
It's going to be Rush this time that has to come up big to save Complexity.
A difficult clutch as he swings into JW, and the final shot rings true. Fnatic 19-16, just about pulling it back.
So after the Road to Rio, we didn't have much to play for. It was a big gap in between Rio and the next tournament, which was Dreamhack for us. So we had an invite always lingering around for the Grid Esports Home Sweet Home Cup. We hadn't played in the first couple of weeks, but after Rio, we decided to play in these cups because it's good practice, and if we win them, it's good money as well.
So we decided to try to play some of those tournaments to not only actually play, because obviously it's easier to criticize yourself and get better when you play officials, but also because it would be good for us to get some wins under our belt and maybe get some confidence back.
Poison, in the meantime, comes out towards Long, and he's going to stop them from saving. Will he get the third? The flash will miss, and of course he will. Lurking with it off, that's infuriating. Tizzy in close sight. Config with a headshot, taps into peak. The molly comes in, and Config's chasing. 10 seconds, needs the bomb. Don't face. How does Config plant? He's in the molly. 26 HP, here comes Tapson. He knows he's there. Config will get the shot.
We missed the first Home Sweet Home Cup. Then we played the second, third, fourth, and the sixth. We won 3 of them, and the fourth one we were 3rd place, I guess.
Coming through, Fiddy meanwhile has actually made his way in through the smoke. There's 3 players here. Still 2 left on A though, and an off position for Obo, not expecting it at all on. He gets all 3.
Config, you can see, has a doubt. He will use that Molotov very soon, and with it probably the hopes, no, actually he's going to just hold that angle, and Config.
Playing these online events didn't really make me feel very prepared. It's kind of weird. I would rather have it was a tournament and we went to LAN and played it there, then it would be more extraordinary for me.
just a second. They're all going to come bursting out. Doesn't blind him up at all. 1, 2, third as well. Oh no, not like this. Gambit youngsters falling to Rush, and Rush alone. He's not ready for the 5th man, but he has done his work for the round.
I think what the Home Sweet Home Cups helped us with was getting more confidence, because we're actually winning some games, even though it wasn't against the best teams in the world. There was definitely some good teams in there. I would say like pretty much every player on the team, maybe except Rush, really benefits off the confidence they get from winning against some of the smaller teams.
Tessus is on B. Tessus coming down the ladder. Config wants his ace.
Wow.
Config's gonna get his ace, dude. Nico, where are you, mate? Rush steals the ace away.
Wow.
But a flawless pistol from Complexity.
We got confidence and we start believing in the team. We knew that we're good, but we just had to play more.
Oh my god. This is the remains of a chicken. Just picked apart. Yeah, no purpose in life besides getting picked apart by Mr. Slatter. We beat some pretty decent teams, like Big, for example, in the first one, I think, and then we beat Secret in the next one, and then beat Heroic in the third one. After that, we're playing in the 4th one now. But before that, we actually played in the Dreamhack group stage.
I think we got quite a, not an easy group, but one of the better groups, which is unusual, because I feel like we always have the harder groups.
And now Config unfrozen, 1v1, time ticking away, and it's Config to swing wide and solidify the 2-0 victory here for Complexity.
Mad Lions is just going to walk through the left side of it, try and climb on top of the boxes perhaps. Asilian goes up, and Config walks right below. Asilian's dropped, it's all on Shush, he can't do a thing. You just think, quick shot through the smoke, but nothing more. It's Complexity with 3 for Poison, and another victory on the board, 2-0 in this series.
In the group stage, we actually did pretty well, because I think we had one of the easier groups. We had Mousesports, Mad Lions, and Big. So we went 2-1. Would have been nice to go 3-0 to get straight to the upper bracket, semis, or whatever we would have gotten to. But in the end, we ended up matching up with Fnatic for the playoffs of Dreamhack.
None the wiser. Oh dear, Flusher going for the knife, and there it is. The map gets locked in for Fnatic.
So we were playing at Hydra for about 2-3 months, 2.5 months maybe. Copenhagen is actually opening up more right now, and businesses are starting to open, which means that Hydra wants to open, which makes sense. So we decided to come to the more secluded office here, and it's really nice here. Got some nice cars next to us, some Lambos. So now we found out that since we've been in Copenhagen for almost 3 months, that is like the limit of a tourist visa, which is 90 days. So essentially we have to leave and we have to go somewhere.
As everybody in here knows, we've been looking into various options for 3+ weeks now. And unfortunately, due to either travel restrictions or restrictions on businesses being open, none of those work, which left us with the very good option that we had found in Serbia. Unfortunately, Air Serbia canceled all of their flights earlier this week. So the long story short is that Jason has approved the budget for a private jet.
The private jet was pretty nice. It's definitely a unique experience.
We had like a little food on the flight, a little bit of, I think it was wine or champagne or something. So yeah, it was really nice. So here in Serbia, we're in Belgrade, and we're practicing at a place called Relog Media, and it's just like a small LAN center that has private rooms, and we have our own rooms, so no one can bother us. We can draw the drapes so that no one can see into us, so we can focus on our matches.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our second day of the playoffs here at the Blast Premiere. OG versus Complexity. Back in London, we have to remind everybody, they probably had the top 5 upset in CSGO history by taking down Astralis 2-0.
I think OG was probably a pretty good first match for us.
I think they are in a kind of similar situation as us, in the sense that they were also kind of built at the same time as the Complexity roster, and they also is an international team.
Complexity have been flying around Europe in private planes, practicing this whole time, playing at all the online events, playing as much Counter-Strike as humanly possible. That is embracing quarantine lifestyle.
I love playing against Valde, my old teammate. And then OG is a great team. We expected a lot from them. They came with a lot of stuff.
He could be behind E-Box, and he's going to tap the bomb to find out. He does not have a kid. It doesn't even matter. He's going to get the kill straight up. Big 1-on-2 being won here by Obo early on.
Match itself wasn't very pretty. I think they could have won it for sure. But in the end, we ended up winning, which was very nice. But I think that was actually one of the closer games that could have like gone to their favor.
Val doing a 1 versus 4, and even if some of them are a bit low on health, it's not looking good at the moment. Config is going to be the end of the map. 16-7 as Complexity clean that up.
That was a good match for me because like before I joined Complexity, they offered me to go there, and I declined their offer. So it was a pretty good that we beat them. That means like we're progressing more than them.
Oh, this would be absolutely crushing. Pop flash coming in. That player's gonna be blind as hell. That's gonna be an easy kill for Blame. Not the follow-up, but Poison's got that one. 1-on-1. And Issa is outside, ready to come in through mini.
Gotta do something big here. He's got no grenade. There's the peek, and Poison nearly getting one more. He's already got the triple. He's lining up for it, and there's the kill.
I think that we are the stronger team, but they gave us a good fight overall, and I think they have been playing as well as they were when they made the team, so it's a match that we should win no matter what, I think. So yeah, we got the job done even though it was in 3 maps.
And Blamef gonna add one more, and he's looking to close out the map. He is the top fragger for Complexity, and he's the captain, and he's gonna end it right here. It's just Valda, and he even spotted him out.
Yeah, didn't even reload, and there's gonna be the final kill. Poison will take him down. The madness tragically comes to an end, 16-12.
We played NAVI after OG. NAVI's obviously an insane team, but I think that we prepare so well for each matchup in this event that we kind of knew what to expect.
I think we had the upper hand in the veto, in the sense that we knew that they would most likely gonna pick one of our best maps, which is Dust2, and then we would gonna pick Nuke, which we saw them as not a weak opponent, but like one of the weaker maps. So we were really satisfied with the veto before going into it.
I feel like they have allowed OG to go back into this game a little bit too much. If they allow Navi that kind of opportunities, they'll strike on it instantly.
I'm really excited to see where this Complexity roster is going to go, but at this point, I don't know if you can reliably predict them to overtake Navi in this series.
And it ended up being really weird because they totally abused us on Nuke, and we didn't get much of a chance on Nuke, which was really weird because that was actually the map we were like kind of certain that would win on, because that's one of our favorite maps as well.
But I mean, basically it just ended up giving them a chance to get their heads ripped off. So 16-5 is going to be the first map victory, and that's an exclamation point for Simple. And Complexity never had a chance on Nuke.
Navi was kind of nice because I think we need to get revenge for them. We lost to them in Blast, obviously. That was the more important one, which was on LAN, and for the first place in our group.
We're gonna have to see some kind of a significant bounce back out of Complexity. This is where you hope guys like Obo, guys like Config don't start out slow. They had, what, 2 combined kills between both of them, about 6 rounds into Nuke. That can't happen again.
We went into Dust2, and then we won that, which was also... I kind of not expected it, but we were ready for us winning it, because that's also one of our favorite maps. We've been playing really good at Dust2 lately.
Flamey's there again. Simple's gone down. Great transfer from Config. Alp is picked up and recovered, and a triple kill to close out the round. 6-1 for Complexity. They're off and running.
When we played them on lane, we got fully owned on lane. We had no chance. It was kind of sad. I had a really rough start individually, but it always comes back. We came in like we knew we could win. We knew we could be the better team and come out on top, and that's exactly what we did.
And now a Molotov into his position is no fun. Whoa. He's gonna burn, but not before he takes Boomich with him.
Spiteful inside of the flames, and Poison will get the last one. It's 16-8. What a great return for Complexity.
And then the last map, we played them on Mirage, which again was pretty much one of our favorite maps. So like we just got all our favorite maps against them, and we just had to like brawl it out.
Ooh, is the gun barrel showing? Now he sees it. That's easy for Obo. And he even catches the AK on the drop. Get yourself one more, because you're silent like it's a movie. Obo is an absolute beast.
We just had a really good siege inside Mirage, which was very helpful. Like the game felt easier than it probably should have, I think. But yeah, we managed to close it out 2-1, even though we got wrecked on our own map pick, yeah.
How do you even check for Blamef here? He's gonna go for the spray, and Electronic will actually hit a good headshot. Has up at it all. They know where Config is. Jumping past him the first time around, and the Molotov is making it hard. A 10-second defuse, and Config is running it. Oh, he catches him inside of the smoke. Yeah! What a disgusting way to end it. He doesn't even die. It's 16-3, and he is completely immortal here on the final note.
Let's go!
Holy shit. I'm just grinning watching Jason Lake's reaction, because you gotta know, like, you gotta wonder how that guy's feeling. The guy's onto something. He's cooking with gas with this roster. This is a team now that can really do some damage. What in the hell's going on, gentlemen?
preparation for Blast was pretty intense. For me personally, it changed a lot because usually I'm not doing any of like the anti-strat and stuff. Usually I'm letting the coach and analysts doing that. But for this event, I was doing a lot of it as well, and I was pretty much doing every single map. So I think in that sense, it required a lot of extra work for me, and it was very mentally charging, honestly, like having to do all of that like the night before the big matches.
There's a reason that Complexity are the underdog, and there's a reason that they won in this game, and there's one word here that you have to use, and that's prepared. Go back and watch this. Look at the setups. Look at Poison spamming with the AWP through the box outside because he knows exactly the smokes they're lining up. Look at the pop flash timing as soon as the smoke pins get called from Blame, and he's stepping out getting frags.
First phase, it felt pretty good because we had two maps that we were super comfortable on, which is Dust2 and Nuke.
Now they got 30 seconds for a 4-on-4, and Obo in position with the M4, gonna get one, and they just line up a nice triple spray down.
The first match was insane. It was so intense. We wanted to win so bad. we needed it. We needed this to win. I think if we lost one and then went to lower bracket, it would have been a way different tournament for us. But we always came in with full confidence. In all the matches that we played, we weren't scared of no one.
And Complexity now a kill away from taking the first map, which was picked by them here on Nuke, and it's been looking stunning.
I think it was kind of the same story again, that we chose Nuke because we were really confident in Nuke, but we knew that before going into the matchup, we had kinda a similar map pool to FAZE. They picked us too. Same story as NAVI, like one of our best maps. We were really happy when we saw them doing that.
Nico doesn't take the opportunity for the shot. Poison still thinks he might be out at long. Oh, great flick, great miss. And does he realize he's close up? He hears the drop, and Poison holding the trigger, and there it is! One more! 1 HP and 8 rounds.
On Dust2, we were up like 9-1 or 8-1, and they made a comeback, and it was starting to get a little sketchy. And it ended up in the last round, it was 15-14. To close it out, to not go to the third map or not go to overtime.
The battle is going to be decided at long. Oh, look at Obo. He's so blind. Into the pit we go. Rush. He stood tall this whole game, and he might just do it.
But I knew this was alive, and I was just throwing flashes for Bell. Like I said, flashing once, flashing twice, and I knew that we were going to win that. So we all just fought them together at the same time, and yeah, it was a really hype moment knowing that we made the grand finals.
2-on-5, everything has been called. The backup is coming now, and they are so screwed up on catwalk. There is no defense here. What an amazing game this has been. The Juggernaut continues at 1-on-5, and going down. Complexity taking out FAZE.
I couldn't really understand in the beginning because it doesn't feel the same when you're playing online as you're playing in a big LAN tournament. So it was kind of like, whoa, like we're actually in the final right now. That's really weird.
It felt pretty insane making it to the grand final after we beat FAZE. I think we didn't know who we were going to play at the time.
I mean, obviously it's not my first grand final, but for this team, it's our first grand final, so it meant a lot to make it. And I knew that the job is not done yet, so I didn't get too excited because I knew that it's not done until you win.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our grand final between Complexity and Vitality. Vitality of just taking FAZE out 2-0, and Complexity, well, they're undefeated. They're looking fantastic.
So in the grand final, we knew that we were going to play an uncomfortable or not as comfortable map in Vertigo or another map they might have picked.
I think it was one of the games where we just played really, really scared and we didn't do what we're supposed to do.
We just got fully wrecked the entire time. I had no clue what was going on. When we started CT and I was just middle holding, I didn't see anyone until I rotated from a different position. And I don't think we are a bad Vertigo team at all. I just think we got caught off guard by how aggressive they played compared to the other teams that we've played.
So that was Vertigo. That was our most one-sided map all tournament long. All tournament long, 16-2, boom. I think 16-4, where Astralis lost, was the most one-sided that we'd had up till now.
I think we knew, even though we lost 16-2, that the next two maps were some of our best maps in Mirage and Nuke, especially Nuke. And we knew that if we won Mirage and went to a third map Nuke, that we had a really good shot to win this.
Wow.
And Obo's got open space to work with. ZywOo trades it right back. Rush falls next. ZywOo's done just enough to keep Vitality in the game. 6-9 at the halftime. ZywOo with 12 kills, but it's Obo and Poison, the young guns of Complexity, leading the way for them.
That was kind of on ourselves, and I think the Mirage game should never have been that close. Like we gave them a chance to come back into the game, and when you do that to a great team like Vitality, they will of course take it every time. So that was kind of on ourselves, I feel like.
That was the toughest match I think in my life. It's grand finals, and we just don't have like space for mistakes.
Now Shock's going to be charging through the Mac-10. Rush is ready. He gave them a triple kill last time. This time Config's helping out early. Blameif with the kill, and it seems like they found a way to do it. 15-15 here, and we're going to go into overtime.
I didn't feel nervous at all. I actually knew as soon as we started grinding rounds that we could close this. Like we need to close this. We knew what it would take for us to close the game.
1 versus 5, and Masutra, I mean, he's going to get caught even turning the corner. Complexity have found a way to do it.
There were so many rounds in this game just here where I thought this would mentally crush them, and it didn't. They didn't stop fighting.
We had some really good anti-strat on them on Nuke, and we had been on the server and tested out how the different executes looks and how to stand not to get blind in the different executes. So we had like the upper hand a lot of the times because I think the prep was so deep.
Just Poison, 1 versus 2. He knows there's someone in the corner. He's going to win that fight, and Shock's up on the high ground. And Poison comes in yet again, time after time.
We just knew that we could win the entire way through, and it kind of showed that we're a really strong mentally team. Like we don't just give up. We actually play to win.
This Apex gone down, and once again in Shock's, he just can't catch a break. It's always him versus the world in this one, and he's going to be fighting out there all around him. They've got him trapped in here, and he'll get
one more boys.
Another round. 15 on the board. Complexity now on series point. They have almost done it.
Last round, they did a fast smoke wall outside, but I laid out in the smoke and I sprayed and I get the first entry kill on Shock's.
So close, but now it starts with Blameif taking down Shock's, who just cannot catch a break.
And then I stand in warehouse and I hear at least 2 or 3 people like running down secret. Config dies rotating down vent, but Obus is already on the side where they try to go out, and he just kills 2 or 3 people, I think. And then I'm coming from behind the guy's secret because I kind of knew that they would all be down there fighting.
Obo up next in line has fallen back from the ramp, and they're going to open it up. Straight headshot. Rush will take another one. It's looking real good for Complexity to maybe close this out.
I remember when I saw him like standing with the back to me, and I was like, that's a gift. Like, thank you, Lord, for putting him there with the back to me, and just sprayed 5 bullets in his back.
Control left side.
From behind.
I'm dropping van.
He was here.
Cosman!
To do it in this fashion, well, like we're like stuck in Europe, doing nothing but grinding CS. Like it's just an insane feeling, honestly.
I was speechless. I just wanted to stay, and I don't know how to explain it.
It means everything for me because it shows that all the hard work we've put in, all the hours we've put in extra than other teams, it's finally paid off. I've had a rough period of time before Complexity, and now it's finally shown that I can actually be on a winning team, that I can be a part of winning still.
Man, Vertigo feels so long ago. What a crazy series, and what a wild ride it has been for Complexity to get to this point, from such massive underdogs in January in London all the way to this point, and you can see what it means.
We beat so many great teams on the way to winning this event, like FAZE, Vitality, NAVI, Astralis. Like, it's so many big names that we beat. I'm happy I shared it with my mom next room and all my great teammates, of course. But it would have been a sweeter victory if it would have been on LAN for sure.
It not being on LAN affects it a lot. It's obviously, it felt amazing. It still feels amazing. Like, I was up most of the night because I couldn't sleep from the adrenaline of winning. It just sucks that we're in this time where Corona affects it so much that there's no LAN events. So I'm really hoping that by the time the Blast finals comes around, which we've qualified for, which is really nice, I'm hoping that's gonna be on LAN with the crowd, and that they can win it in front of the crowd, so it becomes my number 1 or number 2, you know?
There it is, Jason Lake, the owner. Man with the vision to put this team together, to make it happen here. He was the one who got roasted when he made the claims that he wasn't here to play. He was here to win and create a juggernaut team that could compete on the world stage. He put it all on the line. Well-deserved win, Jason, well-deserved.
Tomorrow, the player break begins. I haven't been home in so long, so that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to this moment.
I'm definitely looking forward to going home because we've been in Europe for 3-4 months now and having some time off, but I still looking forward to the upcoming events, and I really hope that there's more LAN because I kind of go a little crazy when I'm sitting just playing online all day, every day, so hoping that by the time the season starts again, that LAN start coming around.
Everything's shut down in the player break, so I can't really travel anywhere, and I don't want to risk it, so I'm just staying at home. I'm going to a spa resort, so I can like relax full relaxation, and then I'm gonna go home after the 4 days, and then I'm gonna grind CS so I can be at the peak when we start again.
I honestly don't have anything to do with my play break, so it's kind of annoying. I'm gonna try to catch up with some family and stuff and some friends, but other than that, I'm gonna make sure that we are prepared for the season after. I'm gonna use most of my days watching Counter-Strike and try to develop a map pool. So that's gonna be like my biggest task in this player break. But other than that, I'm just gonna hang out with some friends, hang out with some family, like go to the gym, of course, and hopefully just watch a lot of great Counter-Strike.